Hi everyone, welcome to the after lunch panel. So I'm Steven from Volta Media. Real quick, if you guys are familiar with Volta, we're a nationwide network of EV charging stations with big TV screens on them. And they're located in campus locations where people shop, live, work, and play. So on the theme for today, from hype to habit, how sports influence consumer behavior, sports have always been more than just a game. They inspire passion, loyalty, and a sense of community among fans. But beyond their excitement of the matches and the thrill of the victories, sports have a profound impact on consumer behavior. And so today we'll explore how athletes in sports shape purchasing decisions, drive brand engagement, and even alter our daily habits. So, from the sneakers we wear to the fitness routines, sports figures play a pivotal role in our lives. And so, their endorsements can turn a product into a must-have item, and their personal stories can inspire us in so many different ways. And so, I'm excited to introduce you to our panelists, Dominic, Maria, and Rhea. Don't get Maria and Rhea confused. It does happen sometimes. Alright, so together we'll uncover some of the strategies that make sports and their athletes such an effective mechanism to connect with their audiences on a deeper level. Alright, let's dive into questions and discover how the world of sports continues to shape our habits. So I want to start off by asking this crew about a time when sports or an athlete had a profound effect on them. Dom?
Yeah, I can kick it off. So I was young. I was around 7 or 8 years old. I grew up here in the Bay Area. I'm a 49ers fan. And as a very unathletic and slow kid, I loved Deion Sanders when he was on the Niners. And I needed to get everything that he had. I had a poster that said, "Water covers 2/3 of the earth, I cover the rest." It was everything was Deion. And still to this day, I'm now 30 years later from that, I'm still on Coach Prime's train. So I think that's a good example of how sports shapes from the very beginning.
As a proud daughter of Argentine parents, you can imagine when Messi brought home the World Cup for us. That was a pretty profound moment for me and showed me I love to win, love to be on a winning team. So easy to please. I didn't think that would happen in my lifetime, so that was awesome.
Huge tennis fan, so I know, fellow tennis player over here, love that. 2008 Wimbledon final, Roger Federer versus Rafa Nadal. The highlight of just a wonderful moment in tennis. It just really showed the David versus Goliath matchup and sheer strength, determination, and it went on for hours, and it actually inspired me to get into sports and work in sports. So it's great.
Awesome. All right, well let's get into a little bit about your businesses. So we'll kick off with, can you guys talk a little bit about the evolution of your sports marketing strategy and the brand growth you've seen from associating with sports?
Yeah, I'm happy to start. So for us at Rakuten, the evolution of our strategy has really been dictated in tandem with the evolution of our brand objectives. And our partnership with the Warriors is really an example of how that's evolved over the journey. So back in 2017, when we were first starting our partnership with the Warriors, we were in the midst of our rebrand from Ebates to Rakuten. And for those of you who don't know, Rakuten is a shopping and rewards platform where you get cash back when you shop at your favorite stores through Rakuten. So whether that's Instacart, Nike, Warrior Shop, you name it, it's on our platform. You get that cash back benefit and many more rewards out of that. So as you can imagine with the rebrand, brand awareness was a huge priority for us. So we really worked on finding these strategic branding placements for us, such as our jersey badge partnership, which is the cornerstone of our partnership today, to really help get our name out there. And it worked so well that it contributed, among other brand marketing initiatives, to how our brand awareness has increased from 23% in 2017 to now 63% today. So a great story to tell and how it affected our overall brand awareness. And now that we've reached a really healthy level of brand awareness, our focus really shifts to deepening that education and conversion. So it's a lot of working with our team of the Warriors to figure out how do we tweak our asset mix, how do we, strategically solve for how we deepen the relationship on how fans know about our value proposition, which is to be the most rewarding way to shop. And that's really dictated through a lot of the exclusive access and the exclusive experiences that we want to provide them so they can keep coming back and shopping on our platform.
There's a lot in what you said that we also reflected in our strategy at Coinbase, but for us it's about being known and understood. We want people to know that crypto is for everyone and that Coinbase is the most simple and trusted place to start. And that's why we signed our WNBA and NBA league deals back in 2021. Hi, Courtney. It was all about, again, bringing brand awareness to Coinbase. Since then, we've also reached, a healthy level of brand awareness here in the States, and so we've evolved to building that awareness internationally, as well as, to Rhea's point, driving conversion here in the States. And so super proud of our Warriors partnership in finding ways to connect with fans in arena one-to-one, as well as if you check out the Moscone Center at NBA Crossover, we've got an awesome footprint there, and it's the second time that we are activating at NBA All-Star in that way. And so, again, finding ways to really connect more directly with fans now that we have that healthy brand awareness has been a bit of how we've evolved as well.
Yeah, and I'll jump in here from the property side. What our objective is to meet the needs of the partner along their journey. And I love the fact that we have both Rakuten and Coinbase here, because while I wasn't involved in the Rakuten discussions initially back in 2017, and I wasn't hand-to-hand, in the room on, like some of the folks here, on the renewal in 21 or 22, there was a lot of teamwork that went into that. And I think what you saw was the evolution of objectives from 2017 to 2021. And about 4 or 5 years ago, we were talking about finding a crypto partner for the Warriors, and we were talking to Coinbase. And if you looked at the objectives at that time, it was all brand awareness. How do you get the biggest sign possible on the court? So Maria and I, we were just talking about this. This is kind of the 1-year anniversary of our agreement this weekend. And when we first got in touch last year, kind of the beginning of the season last year, I'm thinking, are we just going to do the same thing? What's going on? Maria actually sends over a full brief on how they're kind of moving beyond awareness and into conversion and what they're looking for, how they're going to try to drive loyalty. And so it really kind of made us train a different muscle on these conversations. And it's one of the things that we have to do as a property is meet the brand where they are along the journey. And it's going to evolve. And Rhea also mentioned that evolution doesn't just stop at the new renewal, it's continual. So we have something on a piece of paper, we think it's going to work, that's great, maybe it did work at that time, it needs to be changed, it needs to be evolved in order to keep meeting the needs as these contracts go along. They're not 2-month contracts, they're hopefully 20-year type of arrangements here and partnerships, so we have to be really, I would say, kind of intentional about how we address those needs.
Yeah, that's great. I think to kind of continue that conversation, how did these sports sponsorships influence the purchasing decisions, and then also, continue to drive your brand's growth?
We really find our sweet spot in influencing consumer behavior at retail. It's a logical place, an authentic place for us to play, and we also feel like that is the one space where it would be a logical way for a fan to be able to realize the benefit of what our platform has to offer. And when we talk about brand loyalty at Rakuten, it's not just having them just sign up for our service. We want them to continuously come back, make purchases, and keep shopping at our different merchant partners. So it's really, how do you, again, create that exclusive access, those exclusive experiences that can really showcase how we're providing rewards and how they need to come back and keep shopping in order to get those rewards. And one example of how we've really been able to be successful at doing that is through our gift with purchase promotions. They're just so good at driving membership in terms of signups, but also purchases for us. And how it works really is a fan will basically get an exclusive item that's done through a collaboration with us and the Warriors when they make a minimum purchase through Rakuten, whether that's online or in-store at Warrior Shop. And through that, I think it's become a really effective promotion for us because, one, you're driving the notion of scarcity. There's only a limited amount of product and it's available for a limited time. Two, you can't get that product anywhere else. Warrior Shop is not selling it, no one else is selling it. And three, which I think is probably one of the most important, is how are you choosing a product that can really tap into the cultural relevancy of what fans want? And I feel like we've really found a sweet spot there in the products that we've chosen because, for example, one of our most successful items was a starter jacket that included brand elements from the City Edition jersey that the Warriors were wearing at the time, which was the really great Empowered campaign that won all those great marketing awards too. So fans loved it, sold out really quickly. And what's really cool for me to see is, especially when I go to the games at Chase Center, I see people wearing those jackets all the time. And to see your work out there in the wild, like it's connecting because people want to wear it and you see it continuously in market. So that's been a really great way that we've been able to continuously engage with them year after year because we're finding eloquent moments throughout the season where we can really continuously pepper them with those rewards that are going to be valuable to them.
I don't have to tell this group, but sports fandom is such a powerful force, and I think if you craft a message that really resonates with fans and you can tap into even like a 15th of the emotional connection that fans have with their favorite sports team, like hopefully a little bit of that carries over. At least that's what I know we all believe and hopefully see in results. And both in crypto and sports, there's a lot of natural synergies there. It's about loyalty, it's about community, and finding intersection points between Web3 and sports has sort of been where we found success. And this may be a bit audacious, but we want fans to root for crypto and Coinbase just like they root for their favorite sports teams. Again, I know that's an audacious thing to say, but one of the examples that, one of the promotional pilots that we're doing with the Warriors is we're giving away $5 in Bitcoin for every single home game, win or lose. And it's a really fun and easy way to get folks started in their crypto journey and drive engagement season long.
I was just going to say, how do the Warriors help facilitate this?
Yeah, no, I think these are great examples. Obviously, Coinbase and Rakuten each do tremendous jobs of engaging our fan base, but I think the challenge that we all face, whether it's the broadcasters and the new NBA broadcast agreement with Amazon, ESPN and NBC, or even anyone in this room, is how do you break through the noise? People, I'm not calling anyone out, but people are looking at their phones right now, right? Everyone's busy. And it's how do you break through the noise and how do you make something be important? And what you have to do is what we're trying to do is facilitate the passion that fans have for the team. And how do we combine that with the expertise and the objectives of our partners? And if you can kind of find, if you look at the Venn diagram, what we want to do for our fans and what they want to do for their customers, and we find that middle part, I think that's where you find the things that make a partnership essential. And you can make that really impactful for fans where it can break through the noise. Now they want to come to the games and they got to scan the barcode so they can get their $5 in their crypto wallet, right? They want to get the scarce starter jacket because no one else is going to have it. There's going to be 1,000 people in the Bay Area that have it, and that's it. And so if you can make something essential that's how you're going to break through the noise. And we have to help with collaboration and creativity with our partners. And a lot of this is done jointly. It's not just like we have a magic wand and figure it out. But that's what we're always challenging ourselves to come up with.
Yeah, I think, Rhea, you know, as the strategies continue to evolve throughout the years, you know, what trends are you seeing emerge that we should all look for?
Yeah, I mean, especially most relevant to us, I think social commerce, shoppable content. I think that is there's such great trends happening at the intersection of sports and fashion these days, and we know that's just become a commodity. Particularly like the NBA tunnel walks, right? They've now become these iconic marketing moments that drive social engagement, PR engagement at scale. And I think that's a really ripe opportunity for e-commerce companies to take advantage of. So we've actually dipped our toe in it a little bit through leveraging not only our partnerships with the Warriors, but also Stephen Curry, fashionista in himself. And what we do is we're the presenting partner of the pregame tunnel walks with the Warriors. So you get an amazing branding hit, right? Great brand recognition from that. But how we've taken it a step further is we've worked with Stefan to basically outfit him in various different fits from black and brown designers that can be found at retail partners on our platform. So not only is he walking down that runway in that fit, we're also providing that shopping through line where you can shop that exact fit through Rakuten, and you can earn cash back while you do it. So that really creates like a win-win-win situation for all of us involved, because Rakuten and Stefan obviously are really able to take on the initiative of, working on like what our shared values represent, which is we want to elevate the underrated and showcase these black and brown designers. And our retail partners are getting purchases driven through their platform. And at the end of the day, we're rewarding people with cashback on top of it. So it's a great way to extend what's like traditionally a branding asset and have it work harder for you and drive it further down the funnel in terms of how you can engage with that fan at different points.
Dare I say that this is not financial advice, but NFTs are back. I won't let them die. And no, but seriously, as a crypto company, our goal is to demonstrate how crypto can power everyday sporting events, whether that's blockchain ticketing, on-chain memorabilia, loyalty platforms that reward fans in new ways, and obviously digital collectibles. So kind of how that's evolved for us is the digital collectibles that we're putting out there with the Warriors, for example, are free, they're team specific, and they drive some sort of utility, some sort of benefit that celebrates fandom. So with the Warriors, we gave away 200 custom jerseys to the first 200 that minted. We also did a USAB digital collectible with Daniel Arsham around the Olympics, where fans had a chance to win an actual signed version of the artwork from Daniel himself. And then on a personal note, I'm loving seeing beauty brands get into the sporting space. So whether that's Sephora with Unrivaled, or Glossier with the WNBA. That's something that I'm personally really excited about.
I love that. Anything to add now?
Yeah, I think we all kind of pivoted slightly. We talk a lot about like the 99% problem. And the 99% problem is that 99% of basketball fans will never show up to a game at Chase Center. 99% of Warrior fans will never step foot in the arena. So how are we engaging 99%? So you could call it a problem, you could call it an opportunity. Because if we have 99% of our fans that maybe aren't as engaged because they're not stepping foot in Chase Center, how are we bringing the experience to them? And so as we look at our business from now and into the future, we're continually trying to find ways that we can bring in the 99%. That's going to benefit them as fans and consumers. And it's also going to benefit partners as well. And so one of the things I'm looking forward to is how can we this is probably the wrong term, but commodify fan loyalty. How do you gamify it? How do you make somebody that's in the Philippines feel that they're right here and that they can touch the Warriors, right? How do you make somebody in Europe feel like they're no different than living in Marin? And so that's a challenge that we have, but I think it's a tremendous opportunity because there's so many people that are passionate about the Warriors and about Golden State. And we're only, I think, kind of scratching the surface of what that can actually bring to the ecosystem and to our partnership.
I think we got about 2 minutes. Are there any questions for this group? Bueller?
It's gonna be a shout out.
Awesome.
Oh, we got one question over here. Here, you want the mic?
Yeah.
No.
No, you don't want the mic? You're right next to
Rhea
you.
knows I don't need the mic. Rhea, what's the energy that we all should be clamoring?
Is it March?
It's not March 20th.
You got a month.
No, is that's our next
Yes.
Warriors digital collectible is dropping March 20th. So biased, but that should be the one. I won't
Oh,
comment.
sorry, March 19th.
March 19th.
Seeing it from the gallery.
So sorry. March 19th.
All right, guys. Dom, Maria, Rhea, let's give them a round of applause.